Previously on Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness.
You call these dossiers? Yuck!
And with that, our adventure continues. Hello everybody, Jonathan Wolf here, and welcome back to the Tomb Raider Marathon. Today we're continuing with The Angel of Darkness, and in this video we're going to be tackling, or we're going to be infiltrating, the Strahov fortress. So let's go. So yeah, in the last video we arrived at Prague, and now we are essentially infiltrating the main headquarters of the Cabal. That being the Strahov fortress, where the Obscura painting, where the final Obscura painting should be hidden. Alright, so as soon as you start the level, we want to go directly across to the other side and enter this container, which is going to mess up your controls because of the camera. However, inside this container, we have a large med pack. And yeah, as you can, I gotta say, this place looks awesome. I mean, look at this symbol, this fiery lion with some snakes, with a snake circle. That is so cool. And then we got this Metal Gear-esque music. That is really cool. Okay, when you approach the gate, we're going to... Okay, for some reason the crane didn't activate. Okay, for some reason the crane is activated prematurely. But, yeah, basically, when you get near that door, this crane would activate. And basically what it did is that it picked up that container from those two containers, so that it will allow you to get on top of the container. But yeah, for some reason it activated prematurely. So that is very interesting that it happened. Yeah, that has never happened to me before. I actually once was riding along the thing while grabbing on the ledge, which was pretty funny. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's actually very weird. That's... Huh. Anyway. Okay, so once you get on top of this container, what you want to do is you want to do a running jump to this AC unit. And no, you cannot grab the railing, so you have to grab the top edge. And then what you want to do is you want to go over here to the right when you pull up, and into this wall we go.
Too much attention to myself.
Okay, so Lara's basically telling us that she doesn't want to draw too much attention, and that is because on the bottom, and by the way, I'm going to, if I can align myself correctly. Oh, come on, Lara, there we go. I'm going to do a backflip into the catwalk. But yeah, down there we have three gunmen. And if you want, you can take them out using nothing but stealth takedowns. However, yeah, I'm not going to do that because A, that takes forever, and B, if enemies spot you, they will not de-aggro. So, it's not like Metal Gear Solid. So, what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get on the catwalk, I'm going to go all the way to the right, and then I'm just going to hug this box that is in front of me, and then I'm going to wait, because there's actually going to be a guy that will arrive right over here, and I'm just going to wait for him. Although, on the meantime, I will prepare my SMG, because this weapon does have a silencer, and this will do stealth kills. Or stealth kill, or it will, or by firing at it, you're going to not get spotted, essentially. But as you can see, here's this guy. Now, I highly recommend you hug this box, because I've had an issue where this guy can actually see you, like at the very end. But yeah, just try to hug it. Just try to hug as much as you can while stealthing, because yeah, if you're not on stealth mode, he will hear you. Oh my god, Lara, take him out. And yeah, unlike the security guards, we actually do kill them by snapping their necks, so there you go. Okay, now, I've had an issue where this guy always likes to bug out. Yeah, this guy likes to bug out and just stays like that. So, what I am going to do, and hopefully he doesn't hear me, is I'm going to go to where that booth is. Because you may notice there's actually another guy over there. And yeah, basically this guy will go back and forward in this booth. But once he faces the window, we can actually just stealth kill him. Now, every single one of these guys drops items. However, this guy right here will drop a security pass. And we need this pass to continue on with the level. Also, what's kind of funny is that when you pull your gun out, these guys will hear you, like, immediately. Like, check this out. See, like, I took out my weapon and he saw me. And how are you shooting me through the pipe? You jackass. And yeah, you can actually enter these pipes and you can actually hide from the enemies. However, yeah, as you can see right there, there's actually a grate, like, at the end. So yeah, trying to get across it is going to be, like, not effective. But yeah, right here we got a button that we can lower this box, which, yeah, the only reason you do this is to just climb to the top, because now that we got the key card, we basically have to go all the way back to the top of the catwalks. And there's multiple ways of that where you can actually do this. However, the best way that I found to do this is to go over here to the right side and just climb up these boxes. Now, there are some movable block boxes in here. However, there's really no point on moving them. But once you get on top of this box, you can actually just jump and grab this ladder, this broken ladder, which you can actually see the other broken part on the bottom. And then we just want to climb to the top. And there we go. Now, in this large catwalk, we have two doors. We have a door over there, and we have a door over there. And right over here in the middle, we have this ladder. Now, you can climb it if you want, and you can actually go on top where the crane is, or where the crane controls are. However, there's really nothing up there, so there's really no point in going there. So instead, we're just going to continue on. There's no items, there's no enemies up there, so yeah, there's really no point on going up there unless you want to, like, explore. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go on the door on the right and use the access card we got. And as soon as the door opens, we're going to stealth, because to my left, there is a ladder, and on top of the ladder, there's a guy. Now, if you hug the ladder, you can actually climb it without this guy seeing you or hearing you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this guy to go to the right. So let's wait for him to go, and there we go. And once he starts moving to the right, we want to climb to the top. And then we want to press the stealth button, and then we want to take him out. Now, he does drop the rifle that these guys use. However, before we pick it up, I'm going to go down because there are two more guys on this catwalk. And yeah, this guy's going to make his way to us, and I'm just going to kill him before he has an opportunity to shoot at me. Now, if you want to do this entire level without using stealth or without using weapons, what you have to do is you basically have to go to the top and basically wait for this guy to go back the way he came, which can be kind of hard because of the pre-established camera angle, like that one right there. But yeah, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go over here and then I'm gonna kill this fool. And there we go. And that is all of the enemies you have to truly worry about in this level. Actually, no, there's two more enemies, but they're very easily dealt with. Okay, now the objective, the ultimate objective is to go down there. Down there, there's actually a door. However, you may notice that cable right there and those two black, like, containers over there. Well, those containers have turrets. And yeah, if you try to go down there, those turrets are gonna start shooting at you and they're gonna kill you very quickly. So we want to get rid of them. And to do that, what you want to do is you want to go back up here where this guy was, because there is a lever that is going to activate a crane. But first, let's go ahead and grab the Vega, which is the rifle that these guys use. And it is a pretty bad weapon. In fact, I'll even say it's probably the worst weapon in the game. when it comes to the damage, because yeah, it does very pitiful damage and it's just not a good weapon. But yeah, basically what I mean is if you want to know where, if you want to do this this level stealthily, what you can do is you can stand right here, and by pressing the look button, you can actually change the camera angle, and yeah, you can actually like see if the enemy is just left. So you can actually do that if you want to go through this level without using weapons. Now here's the thing though, because if you decide to not kill these two guys, you cannot kill them with a stealth takedown, because these guys will constantly move throughout this catwalk. And yeah, basically, in case you don't know, you can only do a stealth takedown if an enemy is standing still. I don't know if they fixed it in the remaster, but I'm not going to know until I play it, which I'm not going to until this entire walkthrough is recorded, edited, and posted on YouTube. So there you go. I'll probably do a community post saying that I finally beat the remastered version of 6. But yeah, let's go ahead and... But yeah, after we climb that Snake Eater type ladder, now we want to go over here where this crane is. And by going down, or by approaching this door, we're going to operate the crane, which is going to destroy those turrets. I like that bong that it did for the second turret. It's like, wait, who's that? It kind of looked like a Looney Tunes like parody or something. Okay, so now that we're done with that, now what we want to do is we want to go all the way to the bottom. Now be careful not to approach these guardrails, because if you press forward on them by accident, Lara will vault over them, and yeah, you're basically gonna fall off and die. Okay, but now we gotta go down the ladder. And you can go down normally, or what you can do is you can press action and press it again to re-grab the ladder. However, yeah, as you can see, this takes much longer than what it does in the other Tomb Raider games. Or Tomb Raiders 2 to 5. And yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to come back to where this ladder is, because there's another ladder right over here. And okay, I didn't go down the ladder. That is interesting. So yeah, let's go ahead and drop down and go to the bottom. And yeah, as you can see, here we have the 2 destroyed turrets. Now in this large room there is nothing, so all you have to do is just go through this door and into the next area. Alright. Now in this room we do have... well, first off, right over here to the left, we have this door. And that door leads to the end of the level. Or that door is the end of the level. However, as you can see, we got these lasers. Meaning that, yeah, we try to get near that door, we're going to burn alive. Now, when you get near the lasers, we're going to get you're going to get a new entry on your notebook. So let's see. We got gain access to the biodome. Alright. So yeah, basically we have to get access to the biodome, which is by deactivating the lasers. Now right over here we got even more lasers, and as you can see we got some, not only we got blue lasers, but we got yellow lasers and red lasers. Like, my goodness, we got all of the lasers. Now right over here we got these...
It won't budge. I need to increase my strength.
Why do you sound constipated, Lara? Good lord. But yeah, you may notice that we have these boxes and these scrape marks on the ground. And basically, yeah, as you saw, we need to move these. But as Lara mentioned, she's not strong enough. So we have to increase our strength. And that's where this comes into play.
I can climb up on that.
Okay, now before we do anything, there's this doggo here. let's dispose of him real quick. And then Laura said that she can climb on that, and what she means is that pipe over there. You can actually climb up on that and get on the other side of this fence. However, we have this barbed wire, but we also have this steam, and if you try to go to grab that pipe with the steam going on, yeah, you're gonna kill yourself very easily. So essentially, we have to find a way to get the well, first of all, to become stronger, so we can actually move those boxes. So how do we do this? Well, the answer is pretty simple. We just have to move this box that is right here. Yeah, this box that is right in front of me. By moving it, we will get our strength upgrade. And it's pretty weird how do you get it, because basically we have to place this box right here, right in front of me. And you'll be like, okay, so how do we do this, considering that you know, do we have to do like a very convoluted movable block puzzle? Also, there's another dog. Let me get rid of him real quick. Yeah, behind this fence there's 2 dogs. So let's get rid of him real quick. But yeah, basically we have to get... But yeah, basically you may think, okay, so we have to do a convoluted block puzzle or block moving puzzle. But not really, because what you can do is you can just pull this guy and you can actually get on the other side and still be able to move the block. So yeah, we actually go up here. Yeah, as you can see, we're going to be able to move this guy right over here. And then what you want to do is you want to pull this guy. Now, what you can also do is after Lara stops pulling it, what you can do is you can try to pull it and move it a bunch, so a couple of inches forward. But at the same time, it's really not that important. Now, right over here, I'm going to stealth because I tend to actually get on this part of the ledge much easily. But yeah, once we get to this point, we can actually move this and actually get the upper body strength that we need to move these 2 crates that are over here. So yeah, once we got the upper body strength, we can now... No, not push it. You want to pull it. And yeah, the good thing about pushing or pulling up or movable objects is that Lara moves the exact same when it comes to pushing or pulling. Because yeah, in the last games, or at the very least in Tomb Raiders 1, 2, and 3, you push blocks faster than pulling them. However, in this game, it's pretty much the same. But yeah, after we push those, or after we move those boxes to the other side, we can actually get on top of this AC and pull this valve to turn off the steam. So now we can actually go up here and get to the other side of this fence. Now remember, you gotta be careful because of the barbed wire. However, we can actually grab this pipe, if we can actually do it. And we can also press the triangle button to, according to Lara, crouch on the pipe and just crawl our way to the other side. Now, even though you're not crouched, you can still not get past the barbed wire because yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna try to get past it, but Lara stopped moving. So yeah, you have to crouch. But yeah, once you get to the other side, we're just gonna let go, and we have a new entry on the notebook. So let's see what we have. We got. Shut down power to clear our route through the biodome to the vault of trophies. Anyhow, here we have this very large room with these huge buzzsaws that are cutting this stone tablet, which is kind of weird. Like, why do you want to cut a stone tablet?
That's not any script that I know.
Neither do I, Laura. But yeah, basically, in this room, there's pretty much nothing except for those 2 dogs that we already killed. So what you want to do is you want to go over here to this ladder on the left side of the room from when you enter it. And then we just want to go up to the top. Now, right here on the top, there's this console, which is going to operate those saw blades. And as you can see, by operating the saw blades, we caused a some disturbance, and we opened a new hole on the vent. Okay, so now what we want to do is from the left side of the console, we want to go up here on this scaffolding. Or railings, I guess, or support beams. And then we want to get on top of the vent. And then we just want to hold the action button, and then we want to press the action button twice. So 1, 2, so we can actually let go and grab the second ledge, and then we're just going to crawl through this vent. Metal Gear style, or Die Hard style. Although Metal Gear has its crawl or vent crawling moments. Although those moments are in first person, so. Also, God, it's been so long since I played Metal Gear. I want to replay Metal Gear. Okay, so right here we have to get to the bottom. However, you may think that, okay, so we just press the jump button similar to Tomb Raider 5. No, instead, what you want to do is you want to press forward. And Lara will automatically drop down. And once you drop down in this point, we're going to get a cutscene. So let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this murder scene.
You can't keep me here. My paper will miss me if I don't report in.
Found him skulking around in the loading bay. Must have got a passcode.
Close the door on your way up, Gleason.
I have records on you, Eckhart. You can't hurt me.
If only there was time for us to read them together. But it's too late now. There are things to be done.
What does he think this guy is? Alexia from Code Veronica? Man, that guy Eckhart just ignited Luddick. Like, what the hell? And yeah, I can actually say that because I've actually played Code Veronica. Also, when Eckhart looked up, I'm pretty sure he very clearly saw Lara. I don't know what you're saying, but he definitely saw her. But yeah, basically, yeah, Luddick is dead. So, yep. Rest in peace, Luddick. You were a character in Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. Also, we got a very quiet portion now, but yeah, you may notice that guard that was over there. Now, I'm actually going to take him out stealthily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this guy to go to the left side of the screen, and I'm going to wait for him to go off screen. Because we can actually, by going off screen, we'll actually be able to get out of this vent and he will not hear us. So let's get out of the vent, and then let's go over here and then just stealth. And for the record, when I say forward to get out of the vent, basically you want to face the direction that Lara is facing. So in this case, you want to press back, you want to press down on the analog stick. Because, yeah, like I mentioned, this game does not operate with tank controls. Okay, now right here we got a very interesting enemy. Because if you want to take him out using stealth moves, this guy can be very difficult. Because we have to open this door that requires a key card. However, yeah, this guy can see you most of the time. Also, he is not there. What the heck? There's supposed to be a guy over there. Wait, hang on. Let me run around and spawn him, I guess. Oh, wait. I saw that. Yeah, that's the security pass that we need for that door, and there's the guy. So yeah, basically we have to get rid of this guy. And basically what you can do is you can actually wait for him to, and you can actually do a stealth takedown. However, taking him out with a stealth takedown is very difficult because you basically have to be quick, or you basically have to time this correctly, because you basically have to take into consideration of the time that Lara takes to use the key card and the time that it takes for the door to open. So what I like to do is when this guy faces forward, I'm gonna wait for him to turn around. Oh, well, he turned around, but not the way I wanted to do. But basically, I'm going to wait for him to face the door, and when he turns around, or when he stops facing the doorway, I'm going to use the key card. And yeah, basically, we're going to go over here. And yeah, he turned, but I'm going to wait a couple seconds, and now I'm going to use the key card. And as you can see, he will turn around by the moment I open the door. And then what I can do is I can just stay over here, wait for him to turn, and just take him out stealthily. However, we are still not done because on the other side, yeah, as you can see, we got two guys. And yeah, by taking out our gun, these guys are going to hit me for some reason. Even though I'm using a silenced weapon, but whatever. And yeah, with that, we have now officially killed all of the enemies in this level. So that is awesome. Now in this little dining hall, there are 3 pickups of... Or there is 1 pickup of... What the heck are you doing with your leg, Lara? My god. What is wrong with you? Also, Lara Croft, pick up the damn ammo clip. There we go. Yeah, we got an ammo clip and we got a chocolate bar. Yeah, a chocolate bar. The last time we saw one of those was back in the sewers in the Louvre. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to see. Now, in this cabinet, there is some SMG ammo. And I don't think this one has anything, but just in case, I'm going to investigate. Yeah, we do have something. We got more SMG ammo. And then we got the ammo drop by this guy. And yeah, there we go. That is all of the drops in this level. So now now what we gotta do is we gotta interact with this console. So let's watch another cutscene. Yes.
I wonder what needs that kind of security to keep it in. Wouldn't you know it? My route goes through that biodome. It's a long way round, unless I can shut the power off to that section. That's it. Better get moving whilst the grid's down.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. We released a weird mutant monkey monster. Okay, that was interesting. It's probably not that bad. It's probably just another crazy mutant of the week. I mean, that's basically Lara's lifestyle at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just it's basically a necessity that she deals with the paranormal for a while. Okay, so as soon as we exit the console, what you want to do is now we want to go over here where these lasers are. Now, you may also notice on the floor, we have some mines. However, there's no easy way to take them out. So what do? Well, what you want to do is want to take out your SMG, and we actually want to look back because as you can see, Lara is aiming for that tank that you see over there, that red tank. And after you shoot enough times, we will actually make this thing to start rolling. And as it rolls, also I took damage somehow. Man, that barrel has as big of a range as the explosive barrels from Doom. And yeah, as you can see, when this thing rolls, it's going to activate the first 2 mines, and it's basically going to give us an easy way to get to the other side. Because by interacting with that console, what we also did is that we turned off the lasers in that back at the beginning of this area. Now, right here on the shelf, we do have another mag Vega. And right over here, we got this entryway. Now, if you came here before interacting with the console, this area would have lasers. But right over here, we can use this key card. And as you can see by the steam right there, or by the smoke over there, yeah, we're gonna go over here where Luddick is. So, yeah, and he's still steaming. Like, my goodness. Also, part of his hand is not steaming. That is very odd. Now, in this cabinet, we do have some bandages. And, yeah, for some reason, oh, no, there it is. Never mind. And right over here on this bed, we have Scorpion. We have the Scorpion X, which is the weapon that he gave us at the end of the last video. However, he gave us the gun, but he didn't give us any ammo. So, yeah, what the heck, Luddick? What the heck, Luddick? Why do you give me a gun when you don't give me ammo? Yeah, maybe you did deserve to die. Okay, so now we have to get back, and yeah, basically for this part, we just have to command a crawl through these lasers. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the yellow lasers do. Although, judging by, you know, the fact that we've dealt with lasers before, yeah, this whole place is gonna probably blow up if we try to trigger them. Now, I don't know if it's gonna... Now, I don't know if it's gonna be an instant death like in... Oh, well, I was too close to the mine, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be like an instant death like in Von Croy's apartment. But we can just command a crawl and hug the left wall to get past these lasers. And yeah, as you can see, the blue lasers are now gone. So yeah, now all we have to do is interact with this console. I said interact with this console, or use the key card that we got. Open this door, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be ending the Strahov Fortress, and we're going to enter the Bio Research Facility. And also, suddenly we have shorts now. Yeah, I don't know why, but after this video, but yeah, when we start this level, Lara dips her trousers and now she has shorts. Why, I have no idea, but honestly, I don't care because that is really funny, the fact that it's actually a thing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of the Tomb Raider Marathon. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Tomb Raider 6. Next time we meet, we're going to go into the Bio Research Facility. But until then, this is Jonathan Wolf, and yeah, I will see you and Lara Shorts in the next video. Take it easy, everyone. Yeah, why did she dip the trousers? Like, what the heck? Maybe she felt hot for a moment. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.